And welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And yeah, I said it with Ben, Jack, and Mike. It is past Thanksgiving. We're in the Christmas season mode. 'Tis the season to be jolly, or is it the season to be dropping the ball? We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. Trust me, if it's anything like our conversations being prior to coming on now, you guys are going to be in for a roller coaster ride. But before we do that, let's say hello to Ben and Jack. Brothers, how you guys doing today?
Doing good, sir. Up, man.
Huh?
You got my blood pressure up, and then Coach Northern, call in now. You got my blood pressure up.
Yeah, good holidays on this side. God was blessing, health and strength, family. Very, very fun to see family and friends, and plenty of food and drink. So,
was it more food or more drink? Was it the adult beverage drink or Coca-Cola drinks? What kind of drinks you talking about, Jack?
Lemonade, sparkling water.
Lemonade with a little shot of tequila, maybe?
No comment.
No comment. Okay. Oh, man. Well, look, we got a whole lot to talk about. Of course, there's, I guess, the front line. Well, depending on who's listening and where you're listening from, we got a PV interest. We got a SWAC interest, of course. But it's going to, you got to talk about the Bayou Clash that passed, but then we're going to get to that. But we got some, if we get to it, I don't even know if we're going to get to it today. There has been a breaking story in regards to our beloved Prairie View A&M University, Panthers, and not the Panthers, but the university, and the use of facilities for an upcoming high school playoff game between South Oak Cliff and Port Neches, which will be scheduled for Friday. And I'm going to be in part right now, and I'll let you guys open up and we'll go from there. So we know that the number 2 fan is ready to roll. Since he's got his blood pressure up, we'll let you start it off, sir.
Well, I think we were just discussing that there was a
okay, what you got a bad connection right now. You're breaking up real bad. I guess his gerbils got tired keeping his power up on his phone.
Right.
But, did you hear me?
No, I didn't. Well, go ahead, sir.
Okay, testing. Can you hear now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Get the cotton balls out here. I said, is it correct or is it a true story that the 2-time state champion South Oak Cliff school administrators reached out to Prairie View? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And is it also correct that a large percentage of Prairie View alumni live in the Dallas Metroplex? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so, word on the street, rock turnover, communication in social media is that there was a high school team requesting to play a game at Prairie View, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And giving him the benefit of the doubt, the game will not be held at Prairie View, correct?
Giving who the benefit of the doubt? But you are correct.
I hadn't got to that point yet.
Well, you just said giving him the benefit of the doubt. I just want to make sure I'm on the same page with you.
Okay. Giving the athletic director the benefit of the doubt, the game will not be held at Prairie View, correct?
Correct.
Okay, all right. So, my concern / hope is that we use this moment to improve in the future realm of the possibilities of having other games on campus. Now, we can discuss the whys and all that kind of stuff if you want to go into that, but if we were not necessarily in agreement for that particular game to be held, because of issues on either school or issues dealing with Prairie View, then all we can do as far as Prairie View is concerned is make sure we have all our ducks lined up if in the future there are opportunities. And we can kind of talk about that if you want to.
Okay. Is that your opening statement, I'm assuming?
That's a good start.
Okay. Jack, would you have anything to add before I comment, sir?
Yeah, I mean, my question is the timing around everything. When was the initial request, and the initial request was sent out, and when do they need a response back? The time frame. So as far as accountability for everybody, I just need to know when was the initial request and what was the time frame that the turnaround needs to be, and those type of questions are my concern.
Okay. To respond to you first, Ben, Prairie View did not reject the request. They did not reject the request. The request was made on Saturday. Okay, the game they played was on Friday. The request was made on Saturday. They wanted a response by Sunday. And Prairie View could not commit to that Sunday request until they met with the powers that be on Monday. And as a result, they changed from the Prairie View venue to Stephen F. Austin venue. That was the first hoop of the hurdles that they had to deal with or associate themselves with. Now, as far as I'm concerned, okay, when the playoffs start, being that I've had 15 years of experience being on a school board where we've hosted games at a stadium, when the playoffs begin, there's always a list of desired locations that schools would like to play in, and they start planting seeds weeks in advance before they have to actually come up to a commitment being made just to see, A, if the facility is available, and B, would they be able to handle it. And those things are planted well in advance before you would have to have a 36-hour window of notice. Because if I'm recalling correctly, since you profess to be the number 2 fan, that when you as a season ticket holder at Prairie View have not had the smoothest of operations and experiences, if you had your game planned and these games were brought up, quote unquote, last moment, what type of black eye, what type of image, what type of blown opportunity would you have for us recruiting wise and the overall image of your university if you host this event? The parking is horrendous, concessions are off, not enough security, people potentially getting injured, hurt, let alone killed or anything like that. Is bigger than just the game. And there are protocols in place for any event to take place. It's not like we just come over to my house and say, oh, man, let's just have a party. No, you can't do that. Things have to be planned and strategically laid out. And my whole point is this. If you really wanted to play at Prairie View, you would have, A, sown a seed earlier, and B, if you could make a decision on Sunday, why couldn't you make that same decision on Monday? Because what's the difference between that 12 hours, 18 hours, if you really want to be at Prairie View? That's my opening statement.
Okay, so going back to reference me correctly, the number 1 fan, Percy. And my question is, how long has the football stadium been open, sir?
7-8 years now, sir.
Okay, 7-8 years. And so in 7-8 years, for those listeners who come to the game, for those individuals who are season ticket holders, we have experienced in 7-8 years, not all under one particular athletic director, But we have experienced issues with parking, issues with concession, issues with coming in the game. And so in 7 to 8 years, we are still trying to come up with a game plan, a solution. And you're 7 about to go into 8, or 8 about to go into 9. And so my point was, or is, we can use this as a learning tool to come up with better guidelines on how do we deal with the transportation, the 40-minute wait in the concession, almost you missed the whole first quarter because the ticket scanners don't work, the metal detectors, the batteries go out, all of those factors. We can't keep on saying, why, well, we can say it, but why are people not coming to the game and this and that, when the people who do come to the game, they're somewhat held in limbo also. And we can't keep on coming up, you and Jack have come up with some ideas of some things for, this coming year. But what's the idea of a theme when we don't have anything in line? Now, me personally, I'm just, old Benny Dumb, apparently. If I came from 2 or 3 other universities, I probably should know or have some type of concept of what I think works and what I think don't work. I should be able to see when, the line is 5 blocks long and say, man, that concept is not working. I should see where when the line is taking 40 minutes to get some chicken tenders to say, that's not working, and try to think of some ideas, what can I do to change that? But if we're going from the beginning to 7 to 8 right now, and we're still dealing with the same things, then I can't fault, nor do I think we should fault anybody from wanting to come to the school because of the situation that we're dealing with.
Okay. Number one fan, over the 7, 8 years, have you seen any progression, any in those 7, 8 years that we're talking about? Has it gotten better, or is it the same, or is it worse?
I would just say it's the same.
Okay. No improvement over the years, just the same issues every year.
I would say this. In my time, I think we've had at least 3, maybe 4 ADs, and as far as parking, food, feeding, concessions, I would say it has been the same. Now, I might throw in there just a smidge positivity, but it don't affect me because I don't drink. I don't think initially when the stadium opened, they were doing beer. I think that came around the 2nd, maybe the 3rd year. So for those people who want to drink, then maybe that's an improvement. But those other factors, no, I can't see anything. I can't say anything positive.
Okay, might I ask a question?
Sure.
What does that have to do with this game being played at Prairie View?
So now let's go back to that. So the point, the way your argument is, and again, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but from what I heard, you were trying to say there are factors on the outside. What South Oak Cliff could have did, what the other school could have done, what the Dallas ISD or whatever the other ISD could have done. My argument is, if we are saying we want more activities on campus, I'm saying, what are we doing to where we can make quick decisions or quicker decisions about things in order to make those events happen? Because you apparently said that, there was a 36-hour window and this window, that window. Now, I understand that all schools are not the same. Your household is different from mine. Mine is different from Jack. But I'm saying that what took us 36 hours to make a decision, another school made a decision in 18 minutes. Now, either that school, we can say, is more efficient, or either we can say they doing a lot of under the rug or under the carpet decision-making, or are we saying that we're lagging in some areas that we need to improve on? Either way, I'm saying in the future, if we want to try to make our school attractive to high school, then what can we do to shorten the process?
Okay. Jack, do you have anything to add or comment on that, sir?
Like I said, I'm still waiting on the details of, okay, so the initial request was on November 30th, and Oak Cliff needed a response by Sunday, so that's less than 36 hours. You know, basically, it sounded like they needed a decision in 24 hours. And also, how long did the Oak Cliff coach or the ISD have this request in their back pocket? You know, why is it Prairie View's problem or Prairie View dropping the ball when the request was in somebody's back pocket for 3 to 4 weeks or longer?
You know, there's an old saying, your lack of planning does not mean it's an emergency for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you fail to plan and then you want me to hurry up and do something, then without disclosing what you do for a living, you're in that field where you deal with people whose lack of planning, and then they're rushing you at the last minute trying to get their stuff done when it's something they should have taken care of weeks ago. And then they're wearing the heck out of you. And you be like, well, wait a minute, man, this is not my problem. This is your problem. I'm trying to help you out. This is the same scenario in what I'm seeing. Like I stated earlier, when the playoffs start, you don't just pull a rabbit out your backside talking about, oh, I want to play over here this week. You plant those seeds and you say, hey, at this level and that level, and you look at who your projected not customers, but competitors would be, and you all agree on a neutral site. And there's another thing that is totally off most people's radar. Prairie View outsources 95% of everything that they're doing on their campus, which means you have a third-party entity that you have to line up with to A, check their availability, to B, to see what their cost is going to be that factors in the cost to use the facility. And my whole point, if you really wanted to be there, and I said, okay, I can't get you an answer until Monday, but you jump ahead and go Sunday, my interpretation is you really didn't want to be there when you was blowing smoke.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Well, another point I have, I don't know about football. I do know, from a basketball standpoint, that the coaches, there's a coin toss as far as who will be the home team and who will be the visiting team. But my question is, I believe they do, but do the coaches decide upon the location that they want to play at?
They have requests. They put in requests of places they would desire, and they go down their list of orders. Okay?
Based on the distance between the two or whatever?
Based on the distance, based on the cost, based on the amenities of the facilities that they choose to play at, and then they go through. Those are administrative moves that start with your superintendent. So you think it's about the coach or the AD, but you have to get that done by the superintendent, which is also approved through the board of directors. So I can't just make a decision. Okay, if the three of us are in a corporation, and I make a decision like, okay, we can go ahead and do it, and I don't consult with you all and get everything lined up to make sure we can do it, and when the day comes, it's a belly flop, and then we're looking even worse, and then not only did I make you all look worse, we made the entire brand look bad.
Right. So I guess my point, which again, I'm not saying one was better than the other. My point of reference was that you have two schools. I think both of them are winning at different points, but two schools that felt like Prairie View had something to offer, meaning the facilities, meaning the stadium. Okay? And so if that is the case, which is a good thing for Prairie View, I think we should just take this as a learning moment opportunity to say and acknowledge to ourselves, the powers that be, that what can I do to maybe tighten my situation up? Because we can always, everybody can tighten their belt up a little bit. Anybody who says that they can't tighten themselves up, I'll be like, okay, let me watch that person. So we can always tighten ourselves up a little bit. And so if the situation arises in the future, then maybe we can make some of those decisions a little faster. Now, I don't know if that means, as you said, outsourcing. Maybe we are not in at this point in time, a situation where we can do all of the food or the security and so forth. But I was just wondering one little thing. I think earlier before we got on the call, if I heard you correctly, you say we even outsource tickets, if I'm not mistaken. And it made me just wonder, we have computers. We have people, kind of jack in the IT world. I'm like, we can't even produce a ticket on campus? Or, and to clarify, tickets can come in different forms, but we can't even produce a ticket? I know for a fact, when I go to the game, there's a machine that it spits out my tickets, so my season tickets rather. So I'm saying, there ought to be some things that we can just kind of tighten our belt up on. Regardless, I think what some of the people, maybe not in the Missouri area, maybe not in the San Antonio area, but I think some of the people, their frustration came about in that this particular school is not located in Fort Worth. It is in the Metroplex. It is in Dallas, where there is a high percentage of alumni that are from Dallas. And so, again, I personally think that we need to be aware of where our finances and our funding bases and our alumni bases are coming from. We can't keep on being in a situation where, we hear people say all the time, I want to win, I want to win, I want to win. And then you hear the argument of, Jack has a son, Prince has a son, Benjamin has a son, and they say nobody even gives the kid an opportunity. We can't keep on being in a situation where, there are certain schools, I can't say in the north, but for a fact, there are certain schools. Now, let me clarify. I'm gonna go outside our road, Prince. There are some black schools, predominantly black schools in the Metroplex, and they have said, one particularly in Fort Worth, that there is not even a representation, a coach that has even come to the school. And so to me, that's a negative. That's a negative. There's no way in the world I can say that we are HBCU and we don't even go to any of the black schools that are in the Metroplex. I don't see that. Now, maybe, I know you call me Deborah Downer. Maybe you see it. I don't see it. But, that's just my opinion.
Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah. My opinion is all the bashing about our AD and everything is really not founded, because he's doing the best he can to get that turnaround and that answer back to Oak Cliff or DISD. So I think it's unfounded. Now, I know we may have a contingency plan for when things like this happen, or we can build on that contingency plan in the future. But the turnaround that was expected for our AD, I think it's kind of unfair to put him under the bus on trying to.
It's almost like you're being held hostage, and you don't come up with the ransom money and something bad happened, they're going to blame you because you didn't have the ransom money in time?
Exactly.
They was going to do that anyway. Whatever they was going to do, they was going to do that anyway. And let me just throw that out there for good measure. Just perhaps, Port Nature's thought about it. They said, you know what? Oak Cliff, historically black campus, playing at a quote-unquote neutral site at a historically black campus, maybe that'd be too much of an advantage. So let's meet at Stephen F. Austin. Can we consider that at least on the table?
Yes, we can consider that.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we also consider this? Can we consider that North Shore just played this weekend? And they played at Reliant Stadium. Mm-hmm. For those who are listeners, North Shore is one of the suburbia schools of Houston. And they played in Reliant. Duncanville, which is pretty much one of their equal competitors, which is in the north, played at a high school. Not a college, a high school. Another school, clarify, Duncanville also, for the listeners, is ranked number 3 in the nation in high school. North Shore is ranked number, if I'm not mistaken, number 8 or 7 or 8 in the nation. One played in a national football arena. One played at a high school. The number 3 team in the nation from the north is from Fort Worth. They played at a high school, not a college, a high school. And they were able to make it work. I don't know what the concession was. I don't know what the parking was. I don't know what the security was. But I'm just saying 2 games at a high school, 1 game at a national football arena, and we at a college can't make it work.
And I got one question to that. What was the time request that they put in to play at those venues?
I don't know.
That was exactly my point.
You know what? I don't know the answer to it, but what I was going to
hold on. If you don't know the answer.
I was going to lead into it this way. The little that I know about my brother Prince, you're not a Dallas Cowboys fan, are you?
Not at all.
Maybe so.
But you know what? The one thing I will say about that man for the Dallas Cowboys, old Jerry Jones, is everybody, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, hell, I don't know. I guess those are the major places. They're all jealous of him. Why? Because he says, I'm going to make it work. And so he has high school games at the end of the year, state championship games, where all of the other places, they kind of had it, didn't have it. They couldn't see the vision. They didn't have a plan. They came up with excuses. I can't make a decision within 24 hours. I can't make a decision within 4 weeks. Jerry say, I'm going to make it work. And what's going on now? The Houston, the San Antonio, the Corpus Christi, the Austin, all of them are sitting back saying, why not us? And that's exactly where I am right now. Why not us?
Okay, let's compare apples to apples, sir. Let's compare apples to apples. Jerry's world was built with that intention, just as Purvey was built with that intention. Okay? But Jerry is an independent entity. An independent entity. He can change whatever policy and procedure he wants to at the drop of a dime. That's not the case for Prairie View. Jerry Jones has to make one phone call and everybody can show up to work. That's not the case for Prairie View. So all these other entities that you're factoring in, they don't really hold weight when you talk about you can't throw the baby and the bathwater out at the same time because the water got dirty. You got to sort out what's the main things in order to get what your goal is. And if your goal is to host these games, and it goes back to accountability and responsibility. If you know you desire to be at a place, you don't show up. I tell you what, do you think you could come at my house and my dinner's at 6 o'clock and you come up at 5:50 unannounced talking about what's for dinner?
Well, because I'm your frat brother, yes, I believe I could.
Yeah, you can believe that if you want. And I might let you in and even let you know what we're going to eat. But if I made enough for my wife and I shall tell you what, dog, go get your bowl of that cereal. Yeah. And get it done. But my point, in all seriousness, though, who better wants Prairie View to do better than the three of us, right? They might not like it or even agree with what we say and how we say it. And Ben and I agree to disagree on certain things. But my whole point is you can't abort your system, whether you think it's valid, invalid, or inapt, or whatever you want. I do have a system. And you cannot hold me at ransom because you decided you want to come and play at my place without me setting up the proper channels.
But I go back to what I said earlier. You can have a system, but if your system is leaking water, then you might want to change your system. Because, again, I said, and that's my only point was, we can use this as a learning moment to where we can tighten up our system. We can, I forgot the little Home Depot stuff that they say that if you put
but Ben, hold on one second, Ben. You keep talking about tighten up the system when it's not our system. We are outsourcing, sir. That means we are leasing someone's services. And whatever their system is what we have to live with. And if their system can't handle it, okay, it's a reflection on us, but it's with the people that we outsource with. Now, the only way that you can really, there's two ways you can fix this. There's two ways you can fix it. Okay, you can take back control of your operations. Okay, do you realize that Prairie View, beautiful as that campus is, one of the things that drew me to the campus when I was a student, but they had everything in-house. Now they outsource who's cutting the yard. Hold on, Ben, let me finish. They outsource everything. So then you can't make a dime's notice without checking with your people who's responsible for the stuff that needs to be done.
Right.
Now, the way you can fix that, okay, well, as I say, you can get it in-house, or here's a good one that's going to sound like a brilliant idea, but it's laughable in reality. You could rely on your Greek organizations to volunteer for these situations, that they can get credit community hours for their organizations. Okay, but let's try this. This is Thanksgiving weekend. How many folks is going to be, oh, yeah, I'll be right up. Man, they be like, whatever. Now, if I got enough notice, hey, this is potential standby, can we count on you guys? Then you can do that. Okay, now maybe that's part of the contingency plan that you're requesting of, but meanwhile, you can't buck my protocol because you failed to plan.
Facts. All facts.
No, they're not. But anyway, we can move on.
I'm waiting on your response.
Okay, no, I just think, again, I think at a certain point, we're not going to, this is going to be one of them debates that we're not, I don't feel like you're going to sway me to your side. And I'm really Chiefy Ho. I'm not even trying to sway you to mine. But I do know this, and that is we can't keep on talking about we going around the country trying to promote a brand. And our brand is like a flag that, well, anyway, I'll leave that alone. I'm sorry. Take that off.
What's the fastest that we have done a turnaround like this? Have we have we accomplished that in the past at some point? Does anybody recall a situation?
Prairie View has hosted games in the past.
In a last-minute fashion?
No, it's not been last-minute fashion.
Can you tell us? Can you tell the listeners when you say the past? What is the past? What does that mean?
We've hosted high school games in that new stadium.
No, but we talking. You said it's about an 8 year.
Okay, within a 7-8 year window. Within a 7-8 year window.
Okay, I was bring the hostility down. So the point I was making is, was that within the first or second year, or was that in the middle?
I don't know. I'm not putting a calendar, a finger on the calendar. I know it's within the 7-8 years of that stadium being
okay.
built.
All right. Okay. So
that
within 8 years,
high school games.
Okay, we had a game within 8 years. Okay.
But you're the number one fan. You should know that.
Yeah. We've had a game. You the historian.
We've had more than a game. We've had a couple games at the stadium.
Okay, so we've had more. Okay. Right.
Okay, which means that people have let the request be known that they would like to play at the campus.
Okay.
And
all right.
they went through the protocols in the chambers, and it was done.
Okay.
And my whole point, because you failed to plan. Now you want to put it out there that I dropped the ball? No, you can go kick rocks.
Okay, all right. Well, I would put this, I guess, also. No, we think everybody failed to plan. We'll leave it at that. Can we move to the next topic?
Well, no, Jack has something he wants to say.
Okay.
No,
all right.
I mean that's basically the point I was saying. Don't put Prairie View under the bus, and our staff under the bus.
We don't have no staff. We outsource.
Well, our staff that contacts that outsourcing.
Yeah, our contractors. Contractors.
Yeah,
okay.
Contractors. Okay, well, I'm just saying,
we got contractors, but the line's still 40 minutes to get your food. Yeah, the contractors. We got contractors that you might get, if a quarter is 12 minutes, you might even miss the first 6 minutes because the people's ticket machine is not working. But then that's a contractor. So
get there early.
8 years.
Yeah,
we have the same problem. Contractors.
That's like the old saying that people was complaining about. Well, financial aid sucks. And you come to find out you filed for financial aid 3 days ago. Yeah. And you got folks that had filed 6-8 weeks ago. Come on, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay. Well, all I know is since having season tickets, I believe it's been 4 ADs, the same ticket machines haven't been working since the stadium has been open. I know that.
Okay.
Not I heard that. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, the ticket machines work if you download the stuff and put it on your phone, and you don't even need all they do is scan it and go on in. But if you're one of those that want to have or feel the ticket in your hand, then I don't know what type of issues you have. But I too, sir, am a season ticket holder. Hold on. I too am a season ticket holder, and we've never had problems with the people that we get the tickets to get in and out.
Well, again, I'm saying, be it paper, be it your phone, sir, and I'm also seeing with the little special plastic laminated card that says season ticket. I don't even know why you got to scan it. It says on there season ticket. But I do know that there are some people that might be on the call that they might have made a copy of the laminated. But anyway,
they need the numbers. They need the number.
But the point I'm making is paper, phone, laminated.
Yeah, the
stuff ain't work. That's all I'm saying. And if it works for you, more power to you. But I'm saying it's been a whole lot of people sitting out there in the sun talking about, man, what's going on? Oh, I'm sorry, we only got one machine. So then in 8 years, we still stuck on that one machine.
But once again, you jump the track again, sir. What they have to do with us hosting?
We're talking about contractors. We're talking about contractors, though. That's all I'm saying. Contractors.
Well, right, contractors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Contractors.
Once again, that is a reflection on us because we hired them. But what does that have to do with us allowing the game to be played on a Friday?
We don't have to worry about the game being played because the game won't be played, so we can move on.
It will not be played
against somebody else.
It will not be played, but you're having this hostile.
No, I'm like Alvin. We talking about practice. not the game. We talk practice. We talk about contractors. And the contractors apparently we having, they've been boo-boo. But we talking about contractors.
Well, if that be the case,
you said that they have outsourced the lawn service. If I came to your house and I spelled Benjamin in your yard every Saturday, would you keep renewing my contract?
Nope.
Okay, but we're talking about contracts.
You're going to have some micro extensions in your backside.
but we talking about contractors, though. You know, that's all I'm saying. Hey, we talking about contractors. So.
Okay, now for the record, they have gone through a couple of contractors, okay, and outsourced entities, okay? And I guess you keep dancing to the one till you find the right dancing partner.
I guess so.
Or, like I said, you have the alternative of bringing the stuff back home, okay, and or either working with your campus, community, and everything else to offset some of those things. There are ways that you could correct that. But what I'm saying with the process that's already in place. That's already in place. And if I'm not mistaken, we got quite a few people from the Oak Cliff area that are PV alum. In fact, a majority of those coaches on that staff are the fraternity brother of Mr. A.D. Golf. Okay, so do you not think he would do everything within his power to make sure they had access to play?
Well, first of all, I don't want to totally get into that, but I'll throw it this way at you. So apparently, we dancing with wolves from a contractor standpoint. But I would definitely say, no, you know what? He's not in my fraternity, so I don't want to say anything ill about someone else's fraternity. So
it's not about that. It's not about that.
No.
I
was going to bring up, but just I'll go back to my example that I gave you. And I'm your frat brother. If I come to your yard and I spell Benjamin, frat brother or not, are you going to keep me as your contractor?
We already addressed that.
No, I'm saying it respectfully. I'll just leave it at that. I was going to give you another, but I choose not to even worry about somebody else's fraternity that I don't really care about.
I'm not. It's not about whose fraternity. It's about the connection and the camaraderie.
But that goes to the point I was making when I said the connection. Even though me and you are frat brothers, if I come spell Benjamin in your yard, you're not going to be talking about, you're already talking about you're going to make me eat some cereal and I'm your frat brother. If I put Benjamin in your grass, you're not going to be thinking about we frat brothers. You already said something else.
Look, you put Benjamin in my grass, my foot going to be what rhyme with grass.
The point I'm making is you can be a frat brother, and if things don't necessarily flow a certain way, then you say, well, you know what? He's still my frat brother, but I'm going to go to my other frat brother that it might work better. That's the point I was making.
I understand. No, I understand it. And look, and because you're my frat brother, I'm going to go to the above and beyond the call of duty to make it happen. And if you can't respect, the shield, if you can't respect the shield to give me another 12-hour notice, you can't give me a 12-hour window.
Well, again, you talking about contracting. You listen to this. Jeff.
No.
We can always be devil's advocate. Let's just say it was frat brother at TV, but it was frat brother at Stephen F. And frat brother at Stephen F. It worked out. Then what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to go back with that frat brother at Stephen F. because frat brother at TV.
Well, yeah, you go back with the frat at Stephen F. But Stephen F. don't outsource.
Okay, all right.
Okay, PV does.
Okay.
So those are different set of scenarios, my man.
Yeah. All right. Hey, you know what? Again, the game will not be held. I hope we don't lose.
Right. So you know what? In that same breath, PV Nation need to get over it because let's be honest, you don't even come to the damn games that host your school. So why the hell you worried about some high school games?
Well, hey, we could preach on that too. Actually, I think your sermon just spoke for itself. So now you could have just dropped the mic right there. So, you could have just dropped it right there.
But this is what's mind-boggling to me is that everybody is quick to say what should be done, and when they have a chance to do something themselves directly, they sit down.
But you know what? Let me go back, Mr. Prince, since I'm still thinking about the contracting thing. Do you think then, because you threw out another little passive-aggressive, that the AD has a lot going. The AD got a lot going on his plate right now.
Hold on. Wait a minute. This is me.
Oh,
when I hear someone call me passive-aggressive, I take that as you saying I'm a bit effeminate.
No, that's not what I was talking about. This is something I was saying. So you were saying that earlier, prior to getting on the call, that, the powers that be, that he needed to make he's making some other decisions, all right? And so I'm really leaning towards this. I agree with you that, there are people that's just sorry and they want to go to the game, and this is where I'm turning down this street. Is it that they want to go to the game because they winning over there and we not winning? And do you think, AD, that if we can get somebody, and it's not, just himself, but if he can produce a winner, that maybe that will bring more people to the scene. Into the scene, winning.
Okay.
Winning product on the field.
Yes.
Okay. A winning product on the field is comforting for fair weather fans. Okay.
So it doesn't matter.
A fan is going to show up, rain, sleet, snow, or shine. He gonna fuss when they do bad. He gonna praise when they do good. Okay, he's not gonna just be a Labor Day State Fair homecoming fan. He's going to be a fan. Okay,
well, again, we don't. I'm not. Of course, I don't like the Cowboys either. But right now, the Cowboys have fans, but because
they selling out, and they still selling out.
No, they not.
They still, man. Please.
Okay. All right. Well, you better go.
They might not be showing up, but they selling out.
Yeah, and I was about to say that. We don't watch the game, but man, you could go to the game and buy you a nose ticket seat and walk
for $200. For $200.
No. You can go to the nose ticket seat for about $50, and you can sneak down to the one section because it ain't that many people going to the game. But the point is, I'm just talking about. I'm just saying winning, cures all. So maybe, again, I do agree.
Okay, if winning cures all, right? Winning cures all.
That's what they say.
And I don't know why I got on this godforsaken Cowboy subject. And Lord, no, my stomach is churning. Okay, but the fact is. And Jack, you a Bronco fan.
Yes,
Who
sir.
is the number one selling NFL brand, period?
The Cowboys.
And they ain't won a damn championship in 30 years. So to hell with that winning is why I'll show up. If you are a fan, you are a fan.
Okay. So are we moving on away from this now? Because I got some more points I want to bring up.
Have you?
I got two more points I want to bring up.
Go ahead. Go with your point, sir.
Okay, so the first point, it's really sad, but the first point, I don't want for us to kind of be debating and miss this one. I really want to reach out to the Alabama A&M fans and the family of their football player that passed away. Yes, I love, sports. Yes, I love competition. Yes, I want Prairie View to beat Alabama A&M, so forth and so on. But when you think of a young man that was, a freshman, I believe he was, redshirt freshman, 20 years old, who lost his life, it just puts things in perspective that, I'm just a fan. I'm, just kind of seeing it from the way Prince said it, from looking in the stands. But these young men are literally, putting their life on the line. And so I'm just praying for the school. But most importantly, I'm praying for his mom, dad, siblings. If he had a child, the child. That was just really a sad situation over the weekend.
Right. Well, and it's a risk that every player, regardless of the level that they play on, take every time they get on that field. The risk of death, life-changing injuries. And that's part of why these guys are paid what they're paid, and it's respect for their skill set. Whether you can sit on the sideline and you get people who's never played sitting up there fussing, complaining, but they ain't never went through a two-a-day, went through no drills or no nothing. So yeah, I understand that. Our hearts, are definitely out to that family, to the team, to the university, and to just all players abroad. Because this was an HBCU kid, but it was other folks in the Power Fours that had some similar situations, not death or life-threatening, but some very serious consequences over this past weekend. So I'm definitely with you on that.
And then I also want to just use this as a teachable moment for Prairie View. AD, coming back to you again, please get our information system or informational department, because I also thought it was a slap in the face, apparently, when they were saying that the school released that the young man had passed away, and he hadn't even passed away yet. So again, there are always
I got a little insight on that. He had been officially declared brain dead, but the parents didn't want to accept that yet. I think that's where the controversy comes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you think about it, what I would just say, hold your mule until the parents can, come up with their.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say for me. I would, my dad passed away. I would hate for someone to say, "Oh, Mr. Ed, he died at blah blah blah," and I'm up here looking at my daddy. That's not something. Matter of fact, I remember having to go off on a family member who my dad did pass away, and they didn't put it on Facebook. And one of my dad's friends found out, and that's how I found out. And I actually, thankfully, I have a praying mother, because I went with some, bad intentions, because I'm like, do that to your mother and father. Don't do that to mine. Me and my mother and my mother, we trying to just deal with what just happened. But a lot of times people jump the gun, and they don't think about the emotions of, what they're.
Well, no, because you got people that want to be news breakers or get hot takes
correct.
or whatever. That's part of. That's why you and I have discussed several times off the record. I can't focus on what anyone is trying to jump the hoops and say. We can do what we do, how we do it. Some gonna like it, some gonna love it, some gonna hate it. Okay, that's their prerogative, but I have a standard and a flow that I'm going to go by, and we're going to stand by that.
Yeah, Coach Northern, we have a flow on this show, and that's how we're going to stand by it moving forward. Just want to throw that out there.
You better leave Coach Northern alone. You didn't have, look, when Coach Northern was here, you was like, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I was trying to be respectful. I started a little commercial where Shaquille said his mother told him, "Don't start no mess." So I was trying to be respectful to my mother, but I see he wanted to get off the show and then throw the little behind the head, But that's all right. We'll see each other again. My other point was I want to talk about.
You said two, man.
Well, Dan, you said 2 points, man.
I said I had 2 more points. Man, listen.
Yeah, and you just gave 2, so this is 3.
No, Coach Northern is not a point.
No. You just went over the Alabama A&M situation, then you went over the other situation.
2. No,
okay, then, so you're done.
No, it's my last one. I said I got 3 points. But I wish Coach Northern was on the call. I wish Coach Northern was on the call this week because the week, I think I was in San Antonio, and you were saying that there was an issue that happened between Prairie View and FAMU. And then that particular weekend, I believe it was like 3 other situations. I think it was North Carolina Central and Howard, and it was Jackson State and Alabama State, and it was another school, if I'm not mistaken. But HBCUs got drugged through the mud. I dare you. Look at these guys. They're just fighting on the field, yada, yada, yada. Over the weekend, for all of you boring, want to bring HBCUs down. Apparently, open your mouth this weekend, because what happened this weekend, none of that happened at Prairie View. Whatever they said that they think happened in PV, it was nothing compared to what happened this weekend. This weekend was so embarrassing, and I told you off the record, on the record, as far as who's responsible, who's not responsible. I told you I think it's the institution and the schools. You said it was the players. It was so embarrassing to see some of the Michigan, Ohio State, all of this stuff, just the foolishness is going on. But I will give this man, and I know we don't talk a lot about other schools, I will give UT's coach kudos, because what he did to UT and his players, that's what the other coaches should have did to their team. He told them players from UT, get off the logo, go to where the band is, and that's where we're going to celebrate. That's what I believe the head coach job should be, not like what Ohio State's coach did. What happened? That's probably where he's going to get let go, because he don't know what's going on his own football team. But I dare people that want to bring down the black colleges when there are other schools that are doing worse about a funky flag. I mean, come on, man. A flag? Man, please.
It was very disrespectful. I mean, we got to put that out there. It was very disrespectful.
Extremely disrespectful.
For Michigan to bring their flag.
Yeah.
And
that's like me going to Prince's house. He invited me for dinner, and I bring my food to his house.
Well, first you're going to change my yard to Benjamin. You're going to put Benjamin, make my yard Benjamin. Then you're going to come and insult my wife's cooking skills and bring your own. Now, you know what? How about you just stay home? How about you just stay home?
Right. I mean, it was just,
you know,
it was just
you my brother. I love you. I've been knowing you over 30 years, man. But if you're going to do all that, man, just stay home.
Just stay home.
Yeah. But, you know, it goes back really. When I first started seeing all this flag, I call it flag chunking. That's what I call it. Go back to Baker Mayfield when he was at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And he went and did their thing. And I get the disrespectfulness. I get that. Remember when T.O. went and stood on the Dallas Star when he was right. Right. And so I get all that, but these guys are a bunch of copycats, you know, and they feeling themselves, this, that, and the other. I'm old school. I know Ben calls me a relic and this, that, and the other. I always point at the scoreboard. If I didn't kick your tail and did what needs to be done, but if I'm on the other end of it, I think I might be one of the ones you have to kick off the team, because you're not gonna come up there and just defecate on my brand, on my logo. You know,
well,
that's
I mean,
just
not
like
only that, some of these guys got hit in the head with a helmet. So again, AD, we need to make sure we teach our players keep your helmet on at all times.
Keep your helmet on and head on a swivel, right?
At all
times.
And we're not trying. I don't want nobody getting all sensitive. We ain't trying to make light of the situation, but it is what it is, you know. And
no, these were melee.
I know they were melee. No, let me bring it home. And we're not going to call out any particular organization, but that's just like somebody show up to one of our meetings, want to sing their hymn in the middle of my meeting.
Your church
now, how would that? Okay, EJ. Move on. What's your other topic, man? I'm not going to entertain you on that one.
No, Jack, that was enough. I mean, you know, really, man, I was embarrassed.
Okay. Yeah. Any other points you can say for our next episode? I'm pretty sure we're over our budget.
I know we're over the budget.
Got one more point.
We got to talk about this. We got to talk about this.
What?
The Bayou Classic.
Man, I don't care about that. What about our numbers, man? Talk about the numbers.
Okay, we're going to talk about the
we don't need nothing about. I don't care about no sales food. Say, man, I don't care about no weekend.
Let him finish, please.
What you say, Jay?
Bayou Classic.
The the Bayou Classic was a hard watch. It was
I
a
didn't
hard
watch it.
watch. And I'm going to say this, and we'll move on. Jackson is going to destroy Southern.
I didn't watch it, so I can care less.
Jackson is going to destroy Southern.
What's the over-under? You want to throw that out there?
I have no idea yet. I haven't even looked at it.
No. What is your over-under?
Oh, my over-under. I thought you were talking about gambling about it. You know, this is not one of
we just come up with stuff.
Yeah. Because look, I'm broke as a joke over
How
here.
many points do you think? Okay, who are you picking to win? Let's go with this.
Obviously, I'm picking Jackson State.
Okay, I'm picking Jackson. Now, how many points do you think Jackson State gonna win by?
I'm gonna do a Jack now. Jack, you give me your number. Let me kind of mull this over.
Right. See, this is how they cheated me all year long. This is how they got me.
Well, you didn't get cheated. You just a poor picker.
yeah. Whatever.
They're gonna win by more than 21 points.
Ooh.
Oh, more than 21 points?
I'm going under.
What you saying, Ben?
I'm saying it's gonna be less than 3 touchdowns.
Under 21, he said, yeah.
Okay.
What
So, are you going to put a score out there?
I think they're going to beat them. I just think it will not be 21 points.
They won't have no more than 21 points.
No, he said that they're going to win by 21
right, but
points.
You're saying, I said
28-7. That's
28-7. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ben?
Oh, no, they're going to beat that. They're going to put more than 28 up there. I'm going to say it might be 40. I'm going to say 35-14. 35-14. That's 21, too. 35-17. 35-17.
Wow. I'm looking more like 28-10.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be a 40 or 50, but
Okay. So we're all in agreement that JSU will be represent the SWAC. Okay, against South Carolina. And do we dare make that pick now, or we wait till later?
I know who I'm gonna pick.
Well, I'm gonna roll with JSU because I'm a SWAC man. You know,
yeah,
I think JSU gives us a better chance to beat South Carolina State.
I'm gonna wait on my pick. I'm gonna wait on my pick because they got some quarterback issues right now. I need to know who the quarterback comes first.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about South Carolina?
JSU? Yeah.
No, Jackson State.
Okay.
So they've been alternating their quarterback.
Now we had our goal this year for the $3,000 mark, and I want to thank everyone who helped us contribute. You still got room to contribute and time to contribute. You know, you can always go to the website, obnradio.com. I feel like a church just then. The doors are open.
The casket is not in the ground yet.
I know that's right. Okay, you get one more view. Yeah. Undertaker, open the door, please. Anyway, you got we had a $3,000 goal, and I am happy to announce that we raised $2,350. Okay. There you go. That's very good. Didn't hit the 3,000, but like I said, if you desire, please don't hesitate. As I mentioned, you can go to the website, obnradio.com, click on the donation button. Or if you're one of those Cash App people, it's $OBN Radio. And if you've had
if you're one of them people that don't come to the game, please just go and pay your money. You know you're listening. Pay your money.
We've had some very strong numbers. And I just want to reinforce this. Yeah, we talk a lot about Prairie View. Some, like I say, love what we say. They hate what we say. But we back up what we say through our support financially, emotionally, spiritually. We provided these games when there was no other way to get these games in an audio format. And we're very thankful. Good, strong, supportive numbers. And you can also be a listening partner. With a listening partner, you could commit to the $5 a month, $60 a year. You could do the 1876 deal with the $225 a year and some change. But whatever the case may be, or you might be in position to do a one-time deal. Whatever the case may be, continue to share the love, continue to share the station, the network, the YouTube channel, all those things. And I want to thank Brother Ben, Brother Jack. Even though Brother Ben and I go on the merry-go-round to agree to disagree, and he's wrong 98% of the time,
I'm glad I got a watermelon and you got a grape.
But no, I really appreciate you guys with the continued support. Look, the lifetime of brotherhood that we've been able to share through our love of Sigma, Prairie View, and our families, and I really appreciate it. We have been extended today, and I'm going to give you guys some closing comments for today.
Hey, I just want to, if you don't mind, can you also give kudos to the gentlemen who do commentate the game? And, AD, sure would be good if we can get a little trickle down here. I mean, we paying for all of this. We just need a little trickle.
Well, you're talking about the broadcast team. You have Andre Davis, Coach Heiss Northern. We have Greg Johnson, one of our student workers. And then my son, who's the on-site producer, Philip Prince. This team of four put in the work, man. It's a quality broadcast. We put it up with anyone in the nation. It's a labor of love, man. It's a labor of love. And it's something that we've been doing, believe it or not, since 2002. We saw a need to highlight our beloved university and the community, and it's something that we'll continue to do until the Lord closes my eyes. And once again,
we need a little trinkle. We need a trinkle, AD. We can't keep on selling hot link sandwiches like we're in a fraternity. We need a trinkle.
Well, you brought in some good old days. Get them box of Red Hots and go sell them. Yeah. Boy, you brought back some memories in, boy.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, man, we up here doing this because we love it, but a little trinkle, come on now. I know, like they say in church, I know you love the pastor, but the pastor need more than some pennies and nickels. Come on, AD, come on.
He need that folding money, Can I get a witness, somebody?
I can't get no fold. I know what I can get, AD. I got a whole summer and spring to do some research.
Yes, sir.
My final word. Yes, my final word is this situation with the high schools coming to Prairie View. Let's use this as a teachable moment. That DISD, Oak Cliff. Let's get the request in early enough where these universities can get cross their I's, cross their T's, dot their I's, and cross the T's. So let's use it instead of pointing fingers. Let's come to the table and give everybody ample time to have a good product, high school product, playoff product on the field. Prairie View, DISD, everybody work together, and
we all get along.
We all get along. Let's go.
All right. Look, and with all that being said, once again, thank you to each and every one. I'm going to say this: as important as it is to be able to host an event like that, I think I got something a little bit more pressing right now. And I need a damn football coach that's going to come in here kicking tail, taking names. And it don't need to take 90 days. It don't need to take 60 days. It don't even need to take 30 days. Let's get on the horse. Let's make it happen. On behalf of Ben, Jack, and Mike, we thank you so much for joining us here. Don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Hit the bell notification. That way you're always posted on everything that's being released. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter X at The Mike Prince Show. So until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.